Wide stance, soft knees, big hula hoops around. And reverse. Good, good. Now come center, and knees are still soft. You might put your hands right on the sides of your pelvis and just push one hip over into your hands, and then come center, and then push the other hip over and center. And just do that one more time from side to side. Good morning. And feel what it's like for the hips to move off center. And then to find center, let's hold that. So as we do a gentle reach down the side of one leg and come up tall, what's easy to do is to come down one way and for the pelvis to kick off the other way. But see if you can feel like you're holding your pelvis right in between your feet. So we're only mobilizing down as far as the waist. Yeah, but the whole lower body is super stable. Let's get one more each side. Big inhale to lengthen up out of there. Exhale to soften over. Inhale, lift. Exhale, melt. Good, and then up, and then let's just slightly narrow the feet. Knees are still soft, and let's just trace the fingertips all the way down the fronts of the legs to hang loose in our forward fold over bent legs. Take a little ragdoll moment. If we're just breathing here and the knees are pretty bent, we're just letting the spine be tractioned by gravity. What bones might want to have a little bit more space in between them. And then your choice of either rolling up one vertebra at a time or go ahead and lengthen out to your flat back and come up long. And now let's press ourselves all the way tall, big shoulder loops up, back, and down. Good, 2 more of those. Biggest shoulder circles we can muster. Good, and then shoulders settle down nice and low, chin to chest. Let's just do one big circle each direction. So when we get back around to the chest, let's pause there and see if your head can just feel a little heavier. And then back around the way we came. Lovely. Okay, great. We'll get into our bar work. If you want to put some music on, go ahead and get that started. Let's grab our ring. And we'll start with our pliés, which, as always, you can turn those into some chair squats. So we'll do the wide second pliés, but the other option would be to use your chair and make it more of a squat tap with the same arm work. Okay, so let's just ease our way out to our super wide position, see how much turnout we naturally land in. Let's have our palms outside the ring and just kind of hug it back into yourself. And I have my elbows kind of pulled in by my sides. And let's start with just getting that slow plie going. So slowly sliding down and drawing up. Can we think of the knees reaching really wide and then zipping up through the core? Yeah, so it's an out and then pelvic floor, core, lift and zip. Yeah. Keep doing this. Let's start to apply a little extra pressure into the sides of the ring. Good. And now as we sit low, let's keep pressing into the ring as we send it forward. Keep pressing in as we pull it back. So this is a little bit different. Oftentimes we'll do this and have our elbows out pressing in, but I'm actually pulling my elbows back and kind of pinning them into my sides. See how that gives us a little shoulder blade squeeze as we come back. Good. And maybe the elbows don't quite straighten all the way out here because it'll be harder to keep our squeeze into the ring if they locked out. Yeah, good. Few more here. Shoulder blades broadening. Shoulder blades squeezing. Good. All right. One more time up and down. And as we come down, we're going to hang out down in that plie. Now let's pull the ring in and have the elbows go out wide. We're going to go up an inch, down an inch. As we come down, let's squeeze a little extra into the ring. Good. You could do the opposite if that feels like it makes more sense. We have our up, down, and our squeeze and release. Good. All right, we're gonna stay nice and low, squeeze the ring tight. Keep squeezing it. Let's rotate, push it into the corner, pull back to center. Other side, push, pull. Yeah, and just keep as much squeeze as the ring goes out and in. So again, we won't quite straighten those elbows. Yeah, you wanna see the same oval shape going away from you and toward you. One more, beautiful. And then finishing with our little 1 inch up, down, up, down. Good. When we come down, let's really dig into that ring. Perfect. Last 8 here. Reach those knees wide. Maybe we can sit a little lower before we finish. Gorgeous. 4, 3, 2, stay low. Squeeze the ring as hard as you can for 5, 4, keep changing that shape. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Fantastic. Let's take a little walk, shake that out. And while you're walking around, locate your ball. And we'll be holding on to the back of the chair. You could face it, you could go one hand. Let's bring the ball a little bit up above the knees. And then how close can we bring the feet together where we can really have inside edges grounding? Good, good, good. Okay, let's start with just a few slow, tiny plies. We want to keep the heels grounded so we can only sit so low. And then as we come up, feel how much more we have to hug into the ball so that the feet don't roll out. Yeah, so just do a few more of these slowly. Feel your back sliding down and up the imaginary wall, not leaning at all. Yeah, and then we gather the knees back underneath us and in. Perfect. 2 more like this. All right, on the next one, plie, pause. Stay low. Let's roll the heels out of the ground. Heels stay up, stretch the legs straight, and reach the heels into the ground. So we go plie, heels lift, stretch tall, heels lower, and can we weave those together so we never quite stop moving? Yeah, make that a continuous loop. Yeah, one movement goes right into the next. Good, good. And can we always feel the big toe side of the ball of the foot really grounded? We're not going to let the ball push us out to the outer edges. Perfect. One more time. All right, when we set the heels down, we're just going to releve right back up, pause, hug the ball. Heels stay up, knees bend forward. Heels pull back into the ground, really ground them, and then press up tall, releve. Knees bend, heels lower, press through the heels to straighten, then releve. Bend, heels back and down, stretch, good. And now same thing, this is just one continuous movement. Yeah, really smooth it out. And again, big toe balls, super anchored the whole time. 2 more loops, so gorgeous. Nice, last one, plie, pause. So heels are up. You might lower them a little, just be sure your feet are comfortable. Heels just however high they can stabilize. Let's slowly pulse those knees forward, forward, forward. Good. Now see if you can find your glutes and just give your glutes a little squeeze, supporting from underneath. Give your quads a little help. Breathing. Squeeze the ball a little tighter. Last 8, 7, taking your time. 6, 5, perfect. Almost there. Shoulders easy. Last one, hold and reach those heels into the ground. Stretch up tall, squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Good, let's shoot the arms forward, almost like you have the ring in between your palms. Imagining the ring there, hug your hands into your ring just as much as you're hugging your thighs into the ball. Let's go forward, upwards, still hugging the imaginary ring. Good. Squeeze the ball a little tighter as we hug the ring and bring it down in front of us. And then we can just drop the ring to bring the arms to the sides. Now find the balance over the ball of the foot so that we can squeeze the ball and pick it up by raising the heels up. And then let's float there and do that arm movement one more time. Really try to feel the imaginary ring in between your palms. Big toe balls drilling into the ground, all the way down. Heels reach into the floor, recenter, hug the ball one last time, and then plie, release. Gorgeous, walk it off. That was perfect. Morning, Christabel. Okay, let's go ahead and grab that light loop. And we'll bring that up above our knees. Yeah, and then we're standing behind the chair. We did this one last week. We're going to start with our parallel soft knees, just a little bit unlocked. And we're going to start just by brushing our leg back to point. Gonna let your torso seesaw, so you're a perfect line from head to toes. And as we gather it under, get upright again. So just do that slowly back and forth, feeling how we're keeping the torso connected to that working, moving leg. Also have a sense of really stretching the band as much as you can so that front knee is stabilizing forward as that back thigh reaches way, way back. And the next time we do that, let's hold. Keep that exact stretch on your band. Slowly fold, heel to seat. Slowly reach to tap the toe. Yeah, so we're bending the knee as much as we can, but that's actually secondary to just keeping the band on the exact same stretch. Good, as we fold and as we point. Beautiful, love it. Corset wrap nice and tight this whole time. One more folding. Now let's make that about a 90-degree bend. Let it come 1 inch forward just so we can press back again. And now really feel that glute squeeze as we do that press back. Good, good. And hold it back there. A little faster we'll go. Tap and fold. Tap, fold. You can go to the slower pace as well, but if you want just a little challenge to be really loose at the knee while the thigh bones hold that spacing apart. Yeah, good, good. Still really squeezing hamstrings to hug it up and in. 4, 3. Perfect. We'll keep it bent and then also a little faster pulse back. Now it's all about stretching that band more and more and more. Last 8, 7. Amazing. Remember which leg is the pressing leg back there. Let's straighten it out long. Give it one more good stretch. Gather it under. Perfect. Really quick little pedal stretch, but we're gonna do one more thing with our same side. Yeah, so come back up and back to where you were. So that same leg that was reaching back, let's slide it back, but off to the side. So remember that idea that we're standing inside a box. And so one foot's in one front corner, the other foot is in the opposite back corner. Yeah, so you might look down and be sure you really see a square suggested by where your feet are. Cool. Okay, so both knees are just slightly bent. Neutral spine. Think seesaw. Pull the tailbone back, pull it forward under. Yeah, so I'm not really doing anything with my legs yet. I'm just really drawing my tailbone way back out from under, so I seesaw forward. Swing it forward so we get tall again. Good. Okay, now as we do the tail back, we can start to sit lower. Little squat. Press ourselves up tall. Be sure the tail gets all the way under at the end of that. Yes. Now really focus on that front heel. We want to feel like we're doing a single leg squat on that front leg. So as we sit way back, goal is 90-degree bend on that front knee. Yeah, even if we don't get there, that's what we're on our way toward. Amazing, good. Okay, next time we come down, let's pause at that bottom position. And now we're only coming halfway up for 2, 1, and back down to the bottom, up and 2, 1. Yeah, so it's the same idea of the tailbone starting to gather forward, getting more upright, but we only go halfway and back. Good, good, good. This is amazing. Last 2. Last one. Stay low, final hold, 8 counts. Squeeze your abs so tight. Option to come to airplane arms for extra challenge, reaching 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab that bar, get up tall. Amazing. All right, good, good, good. Let's go ahead and go soft knees and just such a big, easy circle around. Awesome. And reverse. So after all that holding, feel the thigh bones really getting to stir around in the hip sockets. Great, wonderful. Okay, let's get set for the other side. Let's do a little bit of releve work before we get into it. So we'll stand with our feet in parallel. And let's just rise up. Let's say you're going maybe 2/3 as high as you feel like you could go. So not your maximum releve. And then the main focus is on how lightly those heel bones can graze the floor. So they tap, but really like feathers. Good, let's keep going, but now only lift your heels 1 inch off the floor. Lightest tap, barely lift, light tap, yeah. Good, good, 5, 4, really limit. You'll wanna pop up higher. 3, 2, just 1 inch up, hold. Maybe take your balance, low circle of the arms. Good, stay floating. Take as long as you can just to travel that 1 inch to get your heels into the ground, and then gradually let your weight pour back through those heel bones and really ground. Nice, okay, second side, so we've got both knees a little bit bent. Let's start with the new leg, finding that brush back, long body, head to toe. Gather under, get upright. Yeah, so this is practice for the single leg squat later, right? Just keeping the spine long and neutral and letting it seesaw on that standing leg. Good, let's go ahead and stay in that point. First round, super slow. We're folding and stretching. Holding that band on a big stretch. Feel the front knee has a little bit of bend in it. And it's really pushing forward into the band, yeah, while that back thigh pulls to fold, pulls to stretch. Beautiful, such nice control here. One more time to bend, then make that a nice 90-degree angle, and just 1 inch forward, press back, forward, press. Awesome, squeezing that glute tight as you can. 3, 2, okay, ready, hold that band on a stretch. Faster movement, tap, fold, tap. But again, always find to go a little slower if that helps you stabilize your band better. Good, breathing, maybe a sharp exhale each time we fold that leg. We've got 8. Awesome, last 5, 4. Okay, we'll keep the leg bent, faster little pulse back, really stretch that band, abs are so strong, nice quiet lower back, very last 8, 7, and 3, 2, hold the press, let's stretch that leg out long one more time, gather under, perfection, go ahead and take your pedaling. All right, let's roll up out of there, coming forward one more time. Let's find your box. So we're propped up on the ball of that back foot. Look down, be sure it looks square, so we definitely have more width between. Okay, Just a very slight bend in both knees. Let's get that seesaw going. So the legs are just staying the same. Can you picture there's a string attached to your tailbone and somebody is just walking away with it, gets pulled back out from under, but then we gather, 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 and stack. Yes, exactly. Margaret, be sure that your tailbone is going backward versus just the head going forward. Yeah, we almost want to feel like our head is staying put right above the feet as the tail moves back out from under. And let's go ahead and add our leg movement. That'll make it easier as we start to sit way back, way down. Exactly, yeah, we really got to stick those tail feathers way back. Awesome, yeah. So as we do our seesaw and we end up looking down, we're kind of looking straight down toward that front foot. Yeah, tailbone moves back out of the way so we can get down there. Perfect, couple more. Yes, 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 good. Okay, let's go down there and let's pause at the bottom. Now nice and slow, only halfway up, down, down, halfway up, back and down. Good, good. Yeah, and so as we sit down and backward, that front knee's getting pretty close to a 90-degree angle. Yep, last 4. 3. 2. Nice, okay, last one, up and down. When we sit back and down low, let's hold. Option to extend the arms back to airplane. Squeeze your navel up to your spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're up. So good. Let's go ahead and kick that loop off the legs so we can take our wider stance and get even bigger hip circles. So again, there was just so much holding, right? Especially on that standing leg. What does it feel like to let things move again? Let's reverse. Yeah, and here too, this looks great. Feel how your head is staying pretty much right above the space in between the feet, and it's the hips that are doing the traveling. Yeah, 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 yeah. And let's wind our way in smaller, smaller, smaller until we're just standing up. Beautiful. Okay, a little bit of quick cat-cow. And yeah, once you just give your low back a second to open up, let's grab our